You've got to play smart. Scottie Pippen pulled that out before he attacked.
Shea leans in and kisses it home off the window. Here's Chet Holmgren, missed about half the season due to injury after playing at all 82 a year ago. Great pass, Hartenstein. He's an excellent passer, finds the cutting Jalen Williams. Fifth in the league in steals. Working on Morant, who again draws a switch. Nice play. Shea got the block on Edey. That hit Edey in the face. Not sure if Bame is trying to throw that to Pippen.
Trying to get that cross court to Pippen, and Edey unfortunately caught that one right off the right side of his head.
Hartenstein with a floater. He's got that float game down pat. And Oklahoma City with its first lead. Best defensive team in the league this year in Oklahoma City. And right on cue with a deflection by Hartenstein. Jackson was open in the corner, missed the three. Edey, what a block by Holmgren. Williams, but Dort got the offensive rebound. Now Dort buries a three. Career year for Lou Dort in three-point shooting. We know how good he is as a defender. Been made 173, shooting better than 41% from out there. Morant doubled. Dort hits the deck. Morant, tough shot. Well defended, Dort. Williams in the open floor. Goes through the lane. Puts it up and in.
Well, you end up with the #1 defense in the league because of great pursuit. And you see it right here on the part of Lou Dort. John Morant thought he was going to be able to get that mid-range off. Instead, the deflection, and then this. Changing ends of the floor. OKC thrives on it. Off of a turnover, certainly in the first quarter. They'll sprinkle in some possessions, but that's very early to hit them with that look.
And my apologies to Mark. Ashley Kerr is her name, not Ashley Kent. Hartenstein there with the stick back. The Cavs and the Thunder going with double bigs. Is that the future?
Well, listen, a lot more teams are doing it, but you better make sure if you're going to do it. As Hartenstein hits him with another floater.
His last game against the Thunder in the regular season, he went 1 for 12. So already better than that tonight with 2 of 3. Holmgren for 3. First basket of the game for Chet Holmgren. And now the Thunder on the run. Here's Joe for 3. Got it! Isaiah Joe, 192 threes during the regular season.
He'll be there today. They're going to have to shoot a decent percentage.
Great answer, Jalen Williams from deep.
They load to handle the low post, particularly when he goes to that left-hand jump hook.
Jalen Williams from mid-range. This is game 1. Game 2 will be on Tuesday night. The scoop won't fall from Bane. Tracked down by Wiggins. Out to Wallace. Wallace attacking and slamming. Oh, Cason Wallace in transition with the stop.
I don't know if anybody in this building was expecting this. Least of all, Scottie Pippen Jr. Cason Wallace showing you an extra level of burst, explosiveness, and playing.
Pippen for 3. No good. Memphis 2 of 11 from deep. Second chance opportunity. Turnover by Bane. Williams challenged. Gets the layup against Pippen. Memphis shooting 33%. Oklahoma City 54%. Wiggins wide open. Buries a 3. The Thunder doubling up the Grizzlies early in the second. Williams penetrates. Wiggins, same spot, same result. A flurry of threes from the Thunder to go up 25.
First kick out comes to the corner, make one more. Aaron Wiggins steps into back-to-back and a breakout year for Wiggins. And he has owned Memphis this year, 19 points a game in their 4 matchups. And right now, the Thunder just pouring it on.
Thunder up. The lead is 27. Pippen lost his footing, no foul. Another transition opportunity. Showtime, Williams. As the #2 offense in the league during the season. Morant misses. Rebound, Edey. Morant 2 of 7. Driving, lost the ball, but out of bounds last touch by the Thunder. Pull up 3, Williams. And that one's too strong, but Hartenstein another rebound. Williams, great dish. Hartenstein with the score right at the rim. Bane's pass knocked away and stolen by Jalen Williams, 7th in the league in steals. Wiggins, the lob. Oh my goodness! Jalen Williams with the one-hand throwdown off the alley-oop.
As if this crowd needed something more to get energized by OKC. They're getting numbers, and that is everybody out in the open floor. Perfectly delivered alley-oop for Jalen Williams. Emphatically sends a message early in this series. It's not a certain type of physical profile works against him, a scheme. He's got everything in his package offensively.
Well, guys, Chet Holmgren says you don't necessarily feel comfortable in the playoffs, but having been through it for the first time a year ago, playing in 10 playoff games, Holmgren says there's a sense of knowing what to expect that settles you down right on cue. I got to tell you.
Edey blocked. 10-0 here in the third quarter and trail by 42.
Going to ask if you're sure about that.
And a turnover out of the timeout. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander mauled by Pippen.
Well for Memphis, and he played well the other night on Friday against Dallas, and he hasn't really been with the team very long. He hasn't played much. He's 4 for 4 from the field, as again Memphis gives up an easy basket on a back cut. Everything that Mark Daigneault says about him reflects how important he has been to this team.
Turnover.
Well, it got to the point I thought Lou Dort may be paying rent to occupy the left wing because he's taken 4 uncontested looks early in the third quarter as Jalen Williams again able to explode at the rim.
47-point game midway through the third quarter of game 1. Bane underneath to Aldama. And good defense again by Holmgren, who's been outstanding defensively at the rim. Daigneault is thinking about this as all of a sudden get too loose and develop some bad habits at the end of game 1, knowing you got to turn around and play game 2 in 2 days. By Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Presti took over as the Thunder GM in 2007. He's only 47 years old. He's one of the best execs in pro sports. One of a playoff series is 47. Done twice, last in 1995. The Orlando Magic against Boston also happened in '86. Lakers, Spurs in transition. Wiggins, 15 to go in the third.
And the fast break points continue for OKC.
Their average margin of victory during the regular season was 12.9. That is the best in NBA history. Williams with the steal, knocking it away from Huff. He'll get the layup in transition.
Had a late season slide that forced them into the play-in, which they were able to escape. Then you come out the other night to Memphis, which they almost did. One possession game with 6 seconds to go. Then they would have had to win on Friday night, and they'd be sitting here right now playing against this Oklahoma City level.
2:25 to go in game 1. Game 2 Tuesday night. Nice pass by Williams, and the basket from Wiggins. Victory in a game 1 in NBA history. It was 47 twice in 1986 and 1995. It's 51 as we close out game 1. Chance of OKC raining down from a very happy fan base here in Oklahoma City. Impressive game 1 performance on both ends of the floor in every aspect for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 131-80 they beat Memphis. Largest playoff win in franchise history, largest game 1 win in NBA playoff history.
Almost gets his big mitts on it, but he's around 2 tall guys.
J-Dub got to his spot below the free throw line and scores a deuce. So fluid, so efficient, getting to his spots, places that he likes to go. The double team came over on Jackson, missed it. Then he goes with that left hand, and that one doesn't go. So
that's 2 fouls early here. Not even 3 minutes gone off the clock for the Grizzlies.
Dort is going to let it fly from the outside as he drains the 3. That was in rhythm off the catch. As SGA. Quiet performance by his standards in game number 1. And Holmgren dials it up from downtown. Another 3. First bucket of the game for the Grizzlies comes over 3 minutes in. As Hartenstein, I don't know if that was a pass or a shot from SGA. Either way, he was able to get a finger on it and got it home.
He threw it up there so high, it made the big man cry. That's what you say when I play ball here, folks.
Morant got all the way to the rim. Might have been a hard contest. Morant's really trying to get downhill as J-Dub does what he does, getting below the free throw line as he's got another 2.
How about Chet? Once again, like Hartenstein, setting a massive screen.
Memphis is 3 out of 18 here in this first quarter. And they're trying to capitalize. Hartenstein, the push shot, that goes down. He's got his first make.
That time Bagley was still moving.
Low scoring first quarter, but Holmgren yet again from downtown. That's his second 3.
And Aldama, he's normally a three-point shooter. That time got to the middle.
Shea, the drive, the kick. Caruso cashes in the 3. And there is SGA playing distributor.
Skill set attracts attention. He does such a good job of getting rid of the basketball.
Jackson Jr. left it well short. SGA's got his head up. Coming down the lane. This time he'll kick out to Wallace. He got the flyby. And Wallace has got a 3 from the outside. And back-to-back triples set up by SGA's pass.
Grizzlies, come to play the Grizzlies 4 times. And they're trying to keep that ball out of his hands. And there's that move where he poked the ball away. This time he's going to cash in those chips. As he'll get a steal. You got to come away from underneath the basket. And you got to play that high pick and roll.
There's another turnover, pocket pick. J-Dub on the other end is going to guide it home for the jam.
Mercy foul, the quarter.
How about this? Talked about that. Starting to show that he could hit that little floater.
This time, J-Dub as he cuts right through that Memphis defense.
He got a pinball off of a couple of guys. In the middle for the Grizzlies, Edey make decisions quickly off that high pick and roll.
Pippen got caught in the air. There's a turnover. Wiggins on the run out. Bain trying to catch up. Commits the foul and it drops.
He had made up his mind. He was not going to let him score that basket. Just a nice little sprint by Baines to get in that play. There's nothing malicious about it. He just tried to stop him from scoring.
Wiggins already making his presence felt. There's another deflection. Caruso diving for it. Kept it from going out of bounds. Hartenstein's got to get rid of it.
Into that backside position defensively. How about this? Edey not wanting to come out and guard Hartenstein. How about this? Edey still hesitant. Said, look, I got to guard. Just didn't think I'd get caught. How about this? Once again, Chet is wide open. My goodness. He's just alone by himself.
Bernard on the baseline trying to get around to Wiggins. Holmgren in the vicinity, and he threw it right to Caruso. There's another turnover as SGA. This time he'll pull up and knock it down in transition off another Memphis turnover. 8 minutes gone by in the second. SGA trying to drive on Pippen. Cuts through the lane. Over the shoulder pass. Dort will fire away, and Dort splashes it down from deep. J-Dub off the deck. And that one is over Bagley as the Thunder get another one from downtown.
You can see why he made his first All-Star game. Trying to stop him from getting that shot up.
Hartenstein off the slip inside, and Dort lays it up and in on another excellent pass from Hartenstein. And it's a 12-point game. J-Dub, free throw line, steps back and knocks it down. He's got 16 in the game.
They sent the double team in the first half. They have not so far in this third quarter.
Grant, little short. And it's J-Dub on the run. Got by Aldama, and then throws it down. Bumper cars. But too much speed off this miss.
How about this? It's just, we talked about running the Bears as one of those Taco Bell takes. This is running the Bears here.
6 seconds, somehow keeping that pivot foot down. SGA with the denial. Bagley didn't know what to do, and so he turns it over.
So Bagley picked up his dribble, and no one came over to help him out.
Shea down the lane, hangs in the air for the score.
Shea anticipates that. That's why he was top 5.
A little bit of pressure seeing that one go down. That is a really tough fadeaway. Edey trying to save it from going out of bounds. Does so to J-Dub. Joe on the release, and he's going to lay it up and in as he got behind everybody. And to make sure that everybody's in the right spot for this jump ball. Jackson Jr. wins it. Not a lot of time here. Pippen Jr. the fadeaway, but it got blocked. And Hartenstein in the other way. Wallace got it right back. Passed up the three. Instead, it's Cason Wallace off the trampoline for the jam.
We talk about 12 minutes left in the ball game. Right now, it's all about a buck 30 seconds that the Thunder have been able to push that lead back up. Just got to continue to keep the pace up there, make it difficult for the Grizzlies to get back in rhythm.
And they're not going to get in rhythm there with Caruso on the recovery, blocking it out of bounds on the drive from Morant.
I think he's dropped in from Tinker Air Force Base over in Midwest City. Caruso was able to do it on him.
Morant, the hesitation, and the deflection and a turnover. Got to shoot it, Dort, the step back, and it's in and out, no good. Cason Wallace, an offensive rebound, sets it up for Holmgren with the power punch.
We're both in our second year. I'm just going to throw it by the rim because I know I can never get that thing lit, by the way.
Oh, it's such a pain every single time. Hartenstein can't get with the push, but there's an offensive rebound and a putback by Holmgren. With a major move inside as Aldama got Slaughter on the backside. Holmgren back-to-back big-time plays.
But that one against Aldama, that was pretty impressive.
Shea Hartenstein with the finisher. Playoff career high, 24 points. Ball pops out. SGA, take it the other end. We'll get two more. Just to put the finishing touches onto this one.
Over the game, J-Dub, but I thought the start of that fourth quarter, his play, his ball movement, his activity was outstanding. As the Thunder will win this game wire to wire. The Grizzlies never led. And that is tough to do in playoff basketball.
Jalen Williams, a special performance. Alex Caruso, so key in those critical minutes to start the fourth quarter. And the Thunder jumped out to that 7-0 start, building the lead back up to a healthy double-digit number. And Caruso coming off the bench, 13 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, really sparking this second half surge. As the Thunder go up 2-0 in the series, take down Memphis, as this series is going to shift. And the Thunder are going to have to go on the road to Memphis.
That high pick and roll between Edey and Morant.
And there is SGA looking smooth and strong in his first jumper. After somewhat struggling, Michael, by his standards over the first two, it's only a matter of time before he gets going.
Well, and that's a cooking shot for him, man. I mean, especially in games 1 and 2.
SGA kept the dribble alive, switches hands, goes with the left and scores. What a move as he changed it midair. And Karam's right back out to Dort. He'll let it fly. J-Dub, offensive rebound inside, series of fakes, and how about the left hand? As SGA passes away quickly. Joe, he gets a flyby, open look, and he got it to go right in front of the Thunder bench. There's no patience on the other end with that three from Aldama, as right now the Grizzlies are firing away.
Well, this is how they want to play quickly. And Shea is just getting to those spots on the floor.
Well, there is no hesitation right now from Memphis from behind the three-point line. As SGA again quickly on the other end, answers with the two.
One of those guys, you just got to get to him.
And there's another two coming back the other way. The Thunder not settling for threes. They're going SGA and J-Dub.
Shea, Pippen cola nele. Bom passe, boa ultrapassagem, bandejinha, 2 mais na conta de OKC com o Joe.
Could somebody other than Morant, Jackson Jr., Bain find offense? And so far it's been him, but there's a nice drive and finish with the left hand, Isaiah Joe. SGA, little hesitation, stops on a dime, gives it up, and there is J-Dub for the jam inside. The latest to get into it, but the Thunder offense still finding a little footing, coming back on the other end as J-Dub at SGA.
Shooting to start, but nothing really in the paint because of OKC's priorities. I talked to Alex Caruso earlier in the week. He said he's really looking forward to seeing how the Thunder rises to the challenge of adversity.
And the rookie with the ball handling as SGA trying to get around Morant. Gives it up to Cason Wallace. Nice ball movement, and it sets it up for the two-handed stuff and Caruso.
How about this? Look at this. Nice ball.
And make it 5, but an offensive rebound by Hartenstein. Got it back outside. J-Dub didn't want to settle for the 3 instead. Goes for the tough fadeaway.
He's such a clever player with the basketball.
Oh, speaking of a clever move, there is J-Dub as he just kind of lulled the defense to sleep. Early minutes here, the second quarter. Wiggins, little stutter step, got down low, and it looked like Edey came over. Somebody got a piece of it. Caruso, that 3 is down as Alex Caruso from downtown.
Keep it up back there in Oklahoma City.
All right, what can the Thunder do here? Trying to find some easy offense, and there is a little easy offense and a rare 3, and it comes in the corner from Wallace.
Just while you're able to put a few more points on the board, just get that deficit down as much as you can.
There is J-Dub, who settles things down, at least momentarily, off the catch with the 3. See how Memphis adjusts here with their star player. Pippen looked a little off balance there, might have traveled, no. Ball never hit the rim, pops out to Aldama. Little too strong on the 3. Ball punched away under 5 seconds. Payne getting harassed by Cason Wallace. There's the turnover. They hit ahead. J-Dub behind everybody, and J-Dub with the slam in transition.
And that's going to force the Grizzlies to call timeout. This is exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about stringing together stops. This is one right here, a big one. The strip by Cason Wallace. And then the shuffle pass out to J-Dub.
Plenty of time to make something happen here. SGA, tough fadeaway shot, and he got it up over Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay. See if you can keep it lit, but the biggest thing is the three-point shooting of the Grizzlies, which is a big factor in that first half.
You said lighten the pilot light. It never worked out for you.
No, it never worked out for me. You got plenty of time. A lot of time left in this ball game. You just got to string them together to slow down this Grizzlies offense.
Oh, nice defense by Jalen Williams.
Played by him. And take a look at this. He blocks it and almost stays.
J-Dub blocked. There is Holmgren underneath, able to grab it midair and put it down.
That's what you have to do around a shot blocker like Jaren Jackson Jr.
Not yet to the midway point of the third. SGA got a hand on it, and Memphis gives it right back. Shea surveys, wants the 3, pulls up right over Edey and knocks it down.
It has been a grind to get that deficit under 20. That's a magical number, but over a quarter and a half of basketball remaining. And that opportunity is there for the Thunder. How about this steal here?
Joe didn't want to attack Aldama, instead gives it up to SGA. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Little hesitation. It's Holmgren in the corner. That 3 is down. And a big one here in the third quarter.
And every now and then the Thunder are able to sting a three-pointer, a timely three-pointer.
Holmgren looking for another one from downtown, and he's got another one from downtown. SGA trying to shake Pippen Jr. Holmgren's been feeling it, and he's still feeling it from the outside. Another 3 goes down.
But great hustle that time by him also. Boy, how about this? Good steal.
Up ahead, it is Joe, and the left-handed layup in transition off the turnover. J-Dub calmly bringing it into the front court. 2 seconds, wants the step-back shot, and it's down! What a way to close out the third quarter! J-Dub with the big-time 3, and we got an 8-point game going to the fourth.
With 12 minutes remaining, how about this? This big-time player, you can see why he was an all-star this year. J-Dub in his third season, playing like a savvy veteran as he cuts that deficit to just 8.
And I think Bane's going to try to step up. No John Morant. Jackson driving down. Caruso with the rake and the strip. And Holmgren came over that time. I got a piece of it. Caruso on the backside, rips it away, trying to call timeout. And it's granted to Mark Daigneault. You see the emotion of Caruso going one-on-one with Jackson.
Well, the problem is he's only made 4 in that first half. Right now, they're sitting on 11.
As Holmgren blows right by Edey for the jam.
Well, he's got a plan. You got to give him something. He's been hitting that 3 all night. Hard closeout. That time, he just goes to the basket and flushes off this. He's out there at that 3-point line. Edey knows he's got to get out there.
El de 29 puntos que tenía Memphis desde que se fue Ja Morant. Allí el trabajo defensivo recuperaba la esférica y
Aldama trying to drive on SGA, who's got to be careful with the fouls. There's a turnover. Odd man rush here for OKC. Caruso right back SGA, and he botched the dunk. Caruso right there for the follow.
Officials are letting them play right now.
Jackson. Oh, and Caruso with the rake and the steal. Final minute as Bane swings it back over to Pippen, but Caruso not going to allow a shot off. Instead, he rakes it away. Dort on the dive. Contested at the rim. Missed it outside. Conchar short on the 3. Holmgren the rebound. Outside J-Dub. Up ahead to Caruso. Nobody there. He's going to lay it up and in.
29. And it's come on a variety of plays, partner, that the Thunder have been able to muster up. This is one of them here.
Started on the initial block from SGA. And playing with those 5 fouls, not giving up anything on the drive of Kennard. Conchar, who's a good 3-point shooter, that's why he's out on the floor. He misses the 3, and all those 3-point shots, Michael, that were going down for the Grizzlies in the first half, and particularly in that first quarter, have completely dried up here in the second half. And the Thunder have taken their defense to a whole nother level. Aldama, one-footed, off balance, no good. There's the rebound of J-Dub, and that'll do it. What a comeback here in Memphis, erasing a 29-point deficit as the Thunder storm back in the second half and take down the Grizzlies 114-108 and take a 3-0 series lead.
And just when you say, I've never seen anything like this, something like this.
Had going for it, Michael, in the first half of game number 3, playing with speed, getting shots out, but there is Hartenstein on a platter from SGA for the alley-oop.
Look at this, high pick and roll. Edey is one of those drag guys. And when I say drag, folks, he's going to drop back in coverage and not really cover his. And that's the next play you make in a situation where you're facing 2 defenders, as Shea was.
Puts you in a decision, sometimes a decision you don't want to make. There is SGA, easy decision for him to get early in the game.
Absolutely. And you knew they were going to come out swinging. This is an elimination game for them. They're going to throw everything they can at you. And that's what somebody you want to continue to see him miss that shot. He's probably the best 3-point shooter out there.
How about Shea going right at Edey? And despite the size and the brick wall that is the rookie.
Switch right there, just taking advantage of it once again.
That's how the Grizzlies were able to get all of that offense in the first half in game number 3. Quick strikes, transition, and SGA right back the other way for SGA. Hard to miss.
He's getting that.
So this is where Hartenstein can be dangerous. Wants to give it up. That time Edey with the block. Right over to SGA, and that's an easy 2 for him. Almost 5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. It's Dort on Pippen, and that pass never looked comfortable down to Edey. He never got possession, and the Thunder have it. Up top, it's J-Dub. He'll step into the 3. Nothing but nylon. J-Dub, not only has he been producing, Michael, he's been doing it efficiently with plays like that, and that is a beauty for Jalen Williams. 3-point shut off, but another miss.
Yeah, a deep miss that time. That's what we were talking about, closing out on shooters.
Nice follow as Hartenstein closes out on that possession.
That shot may have been tipped by Edey, the 7'4" man in the middle. How about this pickpocket by SGA? My goodness. Talk about those live ball turnovers.
SGA had Bane on his backside. Wiggins passed up the 3, drives in, leans in, and used the scoop. What a move.
The big man in the middle. Take a look at this. Literally just dives.
See Jackson Jr. trying to get the positioning, And Kenrich wouldn't allow it. You get the ball here. It's Wiggins. Sideline three, no good. Karam's right back to him. And you get a fresh 14. Caruso making his move. Spinning, dumping. Wallace there, and he lays it up and in.
How about this coming off the offensive rebound? Man, that's a really nifty pass by AC on that play.
And it just goes to show what a high processor he is.
Yeah, and trusting in his teammates, too. Well, that's a nice move by Shea. My goodness. Just
here with Jackson trying to back him down. Caruso has held his ground so well in the first 3 games, and there's another turnover. It plops right over to Caruso. Wallace down the lane, and he's able to scoop it up and in. Play through the foul.
Sometimes you just ought to just watch it. Okay, look at this guy, man. You know, he is so clever with his defense. And you know the officials right now. Thunder just really kept him out of rhythm here defensively.
SGA looking like his usual self as he's now 7 for 7 from the floor. That left hand never stood a chance.
That's a tough shot. And kind of forced that a little bit, but give the Thunder defense credit.
Nice backdoor cut that time. Hartenstein beautifully threads that pass to Joe for the reverse.
For Isaiah Joe, look, I'm going to overplay him. And he just said, look, man, as soon as you turn your back, I see your numbers. Young players, you see the numbers of a guy that's guarding you from the back. Cut back door.
Looked like Wallace was going to have the layup. Pippen on the other end. And speaking of a block, there is Alex Caruso on the recovery.
How about this? Caruso coming over, just batting it off.
Nobody for Memphis wants to get the rebound. And Caruso capitalizes straight away.
Loose change. And there's a dead ball rebound. That's what we call that a lot of times.
Not sure he had a plan there. Kennard had it poked away on the backside. Caruso yet again with another defensive play. J-Dub down the lane. And how about that high scoop off the window?
The problem for the Grizzlies, as you see right here, look at this. In transition, all the good defensive hands. And he lays that thing up high.
Guys, OKC leading 9-0 in second chance points at the moment.
All right, thank you, Nick. And you certainly felt the pace and the pressure as Holmgren steps in, and he's got the nice 2 coming out of the timeout. Came into this one 30% shooting in the series. Holmgren trying to get around Edey, a little sidestep all the way to the rim for the jam. Caruso would give it up. Right back to Joe. He's got an open look, and that one goes down. And Thunder had some glorious looks from 3. Joe again fires and hits again. Back-to-back threes for Isaiah Joe. Trying to get to the post. Fumbled that all over, and J-Dub's coming back the other way. He's got to be careful with the ball. Maneuvers and then ducks into that layup. Pippen that time didn't want the 3, even with Hartenstein. Sagging back as Holmgren came over, got a piece of it. It's going the other way.
That was a big part of what they were able to do in the first half of game 3. Was a 3-point shot makes.
As J-Dub somehow able to skirt right across the baseline. Jackson fell. That is SJ's first miss, either from the field or at the line. Jackson tripped, lost his balance. What a recovery. Cason Wallace blocking that 3-point attempt by Pippen. Odd man rush. Wallace. J-Dub, the cut. Hartenstein. And he's going to lay it up and in.
A hit on the arm. Mark was screaming at the official to blow the whistle. No whistle at all.
Bain drives in. Had it knocked away. J-Dub off the catch. Can't get it. Hartenstein another offensive rebound, and he leans into the putback. An aggressive move inside.
That was on Hartenstein, and that was on SGA. As Pippen took a shot to the face.
Bain is kept out of the lane. Bain got the flyby. Still can't get the 3 to drop. Looked like Jackson had that rebound. Instead, it's Dort. So let SGA operate here. Little hesitation. Drives in. Takes contact. Plus going to the line.
Well, let me tell you something about way up top. Not those ones along the baseline. Look at these 2 bigs go at this shot. They literally took him out on the play.
Wow.
And when you lay that ball up, young players, high off the glass, the higher up
Officials are all over it here in game number 4. That 4 moving screens. There's another turnover by Memphis. Odd man rush, 3-on-1. There is Holmgren, and he's going to power it down.
Well, this is coming off a turnover. That's what you do, folks. If you're a dunker and you can dunk the basketball, just bend the rim.
All of his points have come from his 4 threes behind the three-point line.
Yeah, that's what he's out there for.
And Shea somehow getting downhill. Once again, he takes a tumble and still able to score.
Yeah. How about this? Yeah, look at this. Got pushed, bumped by Scottie Pippen Jr.
And there's a deflection. Nice play from SGA, not committing the foul. Aldama comes over and knocks down the 2. He's been Memphis' best player. Wiggins, right on a Conchar. They're going to call a foul, and he's going to have a chance for a 3-point play.
Take a look at this. See, there's that grab with the left arm. Easy call for the...
And Pippen got shut off nicely. Kennard caught on the sideline there, and he threw it away. He has looked good. He's got another 20-point game. And SGA cutting through, takes a little contact, and he's going to the line. Back in 2023. Also led the NBA in blocks, but his blocks are way down. Pippen on the drive, and that time Chet Holmgren was ready for it, and he swats it away. Up ahead, it's Wiggins on the reverse, and he'll cap it off in transition. Williams got around him. There is Holmgren. Ball goes back over to Bane. Drives in, blocked by Holmgren. Ended up just breaking off the backboard. Thunder been relying on their defense all season long. There's Isaiah Joe putting that defense here to test in the 4th. Caruso. Hartenstein bounces off the Edey. Doesn't want to pick up the foul. Now, Bane picked up his 5th foul. Is it better for him to get the foul so that Joe doesn't get the shot off?
Oh, I'd let him get the shot off, man. He's too valuable right now.
Just a 12th 3 of the game. Joe in the corner. He comes back with a 3. Just a 5th of the game for the Thunder.
We're looking at the same replay the Thunder are looking at.
J-Dub trying to go to work on Bane. Pulls up, tough shot, and he shoots it right in. He's a low, Michael. He's laying it all out on the line here for the final 6 minutes. You got Bane with his 5, Jackson with his 5, and SGA with a 2 right there, and a much-needed 2 before Holmgren was able to take it away. J-Dub sheds the defender, steps into it, and bottoms the 3. And it's a timely 3.
Between these two teams over the last 2 games as J-Dub gets in transition and does what J-Dub do, knock down a big shot.
With Bane now with it in the corner. Under 10 seconds. Bane wants to drive. Looked like SGA might have got a piece of it going out of bounds with 3 seconds. SGA, see what he decides to do. Wants the 3, and he got the 3!
Wow.
When 3s have been so hard to come by, and then Chet Holmgren just pins it at the top. And now the crowd is back into it. J-Dub got around 1. The floater goes down. Yes, in game 3. And speaking of clutch, Jalen Williams. So Memphis can tie this up. Got to slow down Pippen. Drives on Holmgren. Lost it on the baseline, and Holmgren picked his pocket. Shea trying to create a little space. Running down clock. Now he's going to have to make a move. 4 seconds. Williams is on him. Step back shot. And SGA buries it. And that might just bury the Grizzlies. They try to foul him. Bane, he's going to get the shot off, or are they going to get the foul? Yeah. Now there comes the foul. Yeah. As J-Dub was trying to foul Jaren Jackson Jr., they didn't blow the whistle. Yeah. And then Dort intentionally trying to foul Desmond Bane way behind the 3-point line. And Mark Daigneault not even allowing Memphis to get a shot off. So there is the strategy from the Thunder. You see Dort just reach it in.
Yeah. And that's a smart play. That's design. You practice that all the time. You don't always get into these situations, but you don't want them to get that shot off Now here's a strategy here, folks. Stay with me on this. He has to miss the shot. There's no way around it. He has to miss this shot. And if you're the Thunder, you know, it's all 5 go to the glass.
And they don't have Edey. He fouled out. Hartenstein in there to try to defend Jaren Jackson Jr. It pops up. Almost a chance for Memphis. And there's the horn. As the Thunder prevail, sweeping Memphis with a 117-115 final here in game number 4. Some clutch shooting from SGA down the stretch. And it's the Thunder advancing to the Western Conference semifinals, taking down the Grizzlies here in Memphis.
Oh, what a terrific play by Bane to try to get that ball up in the air and like a 50-50 ball. But